Welcome, amazing friends. You can pause the video, go through this. Is this something you can do? It's just very simple, okay? All you need to answer this question is here. You just need to remember some of your theorems and angles. But don't worry, I'm going to help you discover all those things that will help you to answer this and more, okay? Before then, let's read this question together. Now, this is what we are given, and we are told PQRST is a circle. Okay, now this is PQRST. So this is a circle, and these points are found on the circumference. We call this the circumference, the outer part of the circle. Okay, and it's with center O. You see where your center O is. If PS is a diameter, this is PS. So what it means is that this line is a diameter. Okay. Now, RS, this means parallel. So line RS, this is RS. So it's parallel to QT. This is QT. And you know, parallel lines are those two lines that run without meeting. Okay. So this arrow has shown you that the two lines are parallel. I hope you're with me. Now, line QR is equal to line RS. Did you see it? And did you see the arrow? Now, all these things we have mentioned, when you mention diameter, you mentioned parallel, and you mentioned equal. These are the things that will help you to answer this question. Now, the question now told you also that angle QTS, the angle at T, when you see this, the angle is on the second letter. So the angle at T is 52 degrees. And we are asked to find angle SQT. Angle SQT. SQT, this angle here. Now, how do you do this? If you look at this diagram, you're only given one angle. To find all these angles, it is so challenging, but it's just very simple, okay? Now, let me help you to discover some tips here. When you look at this, from this, you are only given this angle as 52 degrees, but observe something. Observe that this angle, watch the shape. Did you see that this line here that has this angle touches the circumference? Keep watching. You see it touches another one here. Did you see the shape? See it again. I hope you are seeing it. And it touches another one here. So what did you see? You see it has formed a shape we call a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral is a four-sided shape. And because it's formed a quadrilateral, just watch that shape. Did you see it? Because it has formed a quadrilateral, and this quadrilateral is inside a circle in such that the vertices of the quadrilateral are touching the circumference. That reminds you of a theorem. Now, what is that theorem? The theorem says that so we're going to begin this with solution, okay? The theorem says that when we have a circle and we draw a quadrilateral inside that circle, such that the vertices of the quadrilateral, so we have it this way, are touching the circumference. The theorem says that the opposite angles, did you see that? The angle you have here and here, which are in opposite, when you sum it, it will be equal to 180. So if here is A and here is B, because they are in opposite, add it up. If you add this up, it gives you 180. So what it means is that A plus B is equal to 180 degrees. We say they are what? Cyclic, opposite angle of a cyclic quadrilateral. I hope you see that. So we have opposite, so let's abbreviate it, angle of cyclic quadrilateral. I hope you see that. So what it means is that, so let's take this off. So what it means is that here being 52, so we're going to have here as 52 degrees. Finding this, will it be of help to us? Let's see to that. Let's get this. So you see that this angle here is in opposite with this. So it means we can easily find this. So that is angle R. So we're going to find this angle R with the knowledge of this theorem, okay? So to find this angle R, because it's in opposite, we are going to have it as this angle R, okay, plus this angle at T, which is 52 degrees, is equal to 180. Our reason is this. I hope you are seeing it. So what it means is that our R is giving us 180 Because it's positive, you subtract, okay? And when you subtract this, our R is going to give us, so we're going to have angle R is equal to, subtract this, we are going to have 128 degrees. So what it means is that this angle here is going to give us, so let's take this off. So it means that that angle from here is 128. Now, of what use will this angle be to us in answering this question? I'm going to help you to discover another. Now, observe again that the question told you that this line is the same with this line. I hope you have not forgotten. If they are the same, you observe that it is formed inside a triangle. Did you see that? And because it's inside the triangle, it reminds you of another triangle theorem, which says that, so let's take this off. What does that mean? You see that this angle here, so if you bring this shape out, did you see what we have there? Okay, this side and this side are equal, and the angle here is 128. Okay, so here is S, here is R, and here is Q. So what it means is that this is what we call isosceles triangle. And why is it isosceles? It is isosceles because these sides are equal, the two opposite sides are equal. And it means that the base angle of this line will be equal to each other. So the angle here and here should be equal. I hope that is clear. So how do we get this missing angle? What you need to remember, the total angles in a triangle is 180. So to get this missing angle, just take this value from 180. So we're going to have 180 minus 128 degrees. Okay, if you subtract this, it gives you 52. Now, because these two angles are equal, you divide it by 2. I hope you see that. What is your reason? Your reason is base angle of isosceles. So we have base angle of isosceles triangle. Did you see that? So if you divide this, remember this is 52. When you divide this, it gives us 26 degrees. So what it means is that this angle is 26. So here is 26 degrees, and here is also 26 degrees. So let's label it. Let's give it a name. It means that angle RQS, so we have it that angle RQS is equal to RSQ, okay? Is equal to angle RSQ, and that is equal to 26 degrees. I hope this is clear. Now, the next question is, having gotten this 26, will it still be of use to us? Yes, because the question still made mention that this line is parallel with this. And when you hear parallel, when you are told that lines are parallel in a shape, remember this theorem, okay? Remember this rule of parallel that says that when you have a Z angle, the angle you form here, if you watch this, watch. Did you see this line is parallel with this line? Okay? And we can easily form a Z angle there. Watch this. Just watch. Do you see we are forming a Z angle? And because we have formed a Z angle, it means that the angle we have here is equal to what we have here. And what do we call it? We say they are alternating. Is a Z angle. So it means that if, since the question said find SQT, having gotten this angle as 26, it will help us to find this, obeying the rule of alternate angle. So we have seen that here is S and it is 26 degrees. So the one we are looking for is going to be, so we're going to have it as angle. So let's answer that question. So you see how to answer it. So in that case, angle SQT, so we're going to have angle SQT will now be equal to 26 degrees. Your reason is what? Alternate angles. Interesting. So this is our reason for that statement. And this is the solution to question number 1. Now let's go to the second question. For question 2, let's write it down. We are told to find angle PQT. PQT. So this is the angle we are looking for. PQT means you are looking for this angle. Now, how do you find it? That is the question. Remember we said everything you need is here. So go back to the diagram, okay? Now, when you go to this diagram, remember this question mentions something spectacular, which says that this line is a diameter. And when you hear that a diameter is in a circle, remember this theorem. And what is that theorem? The theorem says that if I have a circle and there is a diameter, remember a diameter is that line that runs from one point of the circumference to the other, dividing the circle into two equal parts. Okay, it's different from this. This one is what we call a chord. Okay, so let's focus on diameter. So in this diameter, because this is diameter, there's a theorem that says that the angle formed by this diameter on the circumference, it is always what? 90 degrees. Did you see that? So what it means is that it makes angle 90 here. And if you go to the diagram, this is your diameter. Watch. Did you see this is your diameter? And this diameter, this is the angle it makes at the circumference. Did you see it? It makes this angle at the circumference, meaning that the total angle made here is what? 90 degrees. So what it means is that this angle at Q, so we have QS and here is P. So we have it that angle at Q is equal to, so let's take it to the other side. So we are having it that angle at Q, okay? This angle here. So we have it that angle at Q is equal to 90 degrees, okay? So let's label it well. Let's label it well. So we have SQP. So we have angle SQP is equal to 90 degrees. What is your reason? We call this theorem angle in a semicircle, okay? It is always 90 degrees. Angle in a semicircle, okay, is 90 degrees. Did you see that? So that is the theorem that supports this. So having known that this angle here is 90, to get what we are looking for, remember we want to find PQT. This is P, this is Q, this is T. So since this is what you are looking for, and the total from here to here is 90, and you have gotten this part to be 26 from what we have here, we can easily find this missing one. So what will you do? Just simply take this away from 90. It gives you what we are looking for. So in that case, we are going to have it that the angle we are looking for, which is angle PQT, is equal to angle SQP, okay? Angle SQP minus angle SQT, okay? Angle SQT. You see how we are labeling it? So in that case, we are going to have angle PQT is equal to, you have seen that this is 90. So we have 90 minus, this gave us what? 26. So this is what we have. So if you subtract this, we are going to have, this is going to give us 50. So we're going to have 64 degrees, okay? So what it means is that angle PQT is equal to 64 degrees. And I hope you really learned. You have seen how we're able to touch a lot of theorems to just answer one question. And what it means is that for you to do well in circle theorem, you should be familiar or friendly with your circle theorems, your angles, and triangle. And if you want to know more, I will leave a link in the comment section. If this tutorial answered a lot for you, don't forget to tell us how much in the comments. Share for more people to learn with you. Remember, you can subscribe for the more tips. I will see you in our next class to discuss more. Till then, bye.